Hello, Pisces. This is the Tarot Queen Jamila, and welcome to your November 2016 General and Money forecast. Okay, so I'm going to be using dice interpretation or dice divination as well as the tarot cards for this reading. You'll have a card to represent each week of the month of November, and then the last card will actually be what energies you're going to take into December of 2016. So, and that should just be one card. Okay, of course, I'll probably throw out more to clarify. You are also going to get a lucky day of the month as well as lucky numbers with the dice. So, make sure that you stay tuned for that. And then if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you are interested in a personal reading, my contact information is in the video description box. There's actually two ways to pay for a personal reading. You can either do it on my website, and there's actually two different choices. You can do a video reading or a live reading, and they are separated. So when you go to my website, you'll see video, 30-minute video reading, and you'll see 30-minute live reading. So that's two different things, because I think a couple of people may have gotten it kind of confused, because I noticed there's been a little bit of confusion about that. So right now my 1 hour readings are actually $40, so they're $15 off. Actually, they're more like $20 off. And then my 30-minute readings are $25. So, yep, that is what you can do to get a personal reading. You can either send it directly by PayPal if that's easier for you, and my PayPal email address is in the video description box. So, again, this is just going to be general and money. If you want to know more specifically your love life, go look at your love reading. This is just a general reading. It's not a personal private reading, so it may not resonate for all of you, but it should for the majority. For the majority of the Pisces, it should resonate with you. Okay. If it doesn't, you might want to go look at your rising sign, or maybe you need to just get a private reading, because I'm really not sure. All right, but I'm gonna start with a dice reading. So this will just give me an overview of the general and money energy, okay? So Spirit, give me more information give me a general overview of the Pisces month when it comes to general and money for November 2016. Okay, so Pisces, now that dice actually landed on the 5, but it fell off of the table. And what that means is that you are going to lose something. More than likely, it's going to be probably a friend of yours, or somebody that isn't really actually a friend. So, because the dice fell on the floor. Okay, sorry about that, Pisces. The reading still should be interpreted, even though this die landed on the floor. Okay, so what this means is that you could lose a friend. Okay, now sometimes I think that if you lose somebody, they probably just wasn't meant to be your friend or something. So it did land with the 5 face up, so I feel like this is possibly, let me look at the other dice. Okay, so these 3 right here grouped together, this is 13, okay, is what this adds up to. And that 13 actually adds up to some sort of sorrow, some sort of unhappiness surrounding a situation. It could be love, it could be anything in your life. Right here is a disappointment. I think that the disappointment that you might be thinking about, though, it might just be kind of up in your head. Or either it's been so long ago that you should have, probably let go of it. But anyway, just to give the overall number, all of these come are grouped together. So this adds up to 17. So that 17 could possibly be, it's related to some sort of journey that you're going to take, to where you're going to bring some sort of proposition you're going to get. Whether or not it's just a proposition itself, or you just so happen to, maybe it points to travel, but travel in the month of November. But it can mean that some sort of proposition is coming to you from a stranger, okay? And this could be business, personal, or both. Maybe they're related or unrelated. Now, these numbers right here add up to 18. So, I feel like I need to look into this to see if maybe it's not meant for you to lose that friend. Because, this actually adds up to 18. So maybe you're getting ready to lose something valuable that maybe you don't want to lose, that maybe you'll regret losing. Because that 18 adds up to happiness and financial success. And it also could possibly mean a possible reconciliation, though. Like, even if there's there's a lot of different things I'm getting from these dice for you. These are not your lucky numbers. I didn't throw them. This is just a general read before I throw the card. So, but if any numbers pop out at you, that's fine with me. Oh, goodness gracious. That's exactly what we're... Okay, sorry. $12, $13, $17. This actually adds up to 22. And it reduces to a 4, which means that I do believe that there is going to be some sort of disappointment for you, but I do believe that it's going to lead to a crossroads. And I think that I think that you're going to have some sort of, I think it's going to be maybe the loss of something, but maybe you'll gain a relationship. Is what I'm possibly feeling. So let me just throw out the cards, okay? Spirits for the Pisces, show me the general and money energies for the month of November 2016. So we'll look at, I need a card for week number 1, week number 2, week number 3, and week number 4. And then also, again, that 5th card is going to be the energies that you are carrying into the month of December. So it's really kind of like an outcome card to show, like, I think that life is about obstacles and challenges, so I think the last card kind of indicates, how you came out of that situation, or how, like an outcome for the month. So, all right, I'm just going to shuffle. All right, so Pisces. All right, so that right now I can either see there's conflict. It's either you're currently involved with it, because this represents the first week, or either it's coming. Could be inner conflict. maybe doesn't necessarily mean that you're arguing with somebody, but it could mean that you are some sort of inner conflict. Spirits, give me more clarification for the first week of November for the Pisces. What is going on? Why the Five of Swords? Thank you. All right, so we're going to see what's going on. This has got to be your partner or either maybe a family member, possibly. Maybe your brother. That Lover's card, that represents a sibling love sometimes, and sometimes I can see sibling rivalries. Ten of Pentacles is definitely family. I think that it has something to do with maybe an inheritance, maybe some property you've been arguing with, possibly. Now, if this is your significant other, you have probably been arguing over finances. Maybe your partner spent some of the savings, or maybe they spent too much of it or something like that. So, I mean, it could be any variation. Also, it could really be that you could just be at a crossroads again. And maybe this is a past lover, someone in the past, and maybe it's, maybe it's causing some sort of confusion. Okay. Now, again, I was telling you about reunion. So I feel like if these 3 cards for the first week represent you and your partner, and again, Pisces, go and look at your love reading. But I think that whoever it represents, I feel like you're going to reunite with this person, whether or not it's love, romantic, family. So I think that's sort of kind of what you're dealing with right now. You do have the Ace of Wands to represent the second week. So I feel like, if there's been any creative blocks, Pisces, that they're going to open up for you, because the Ace of Wands is a very powerful new beginning, okay? And typically symbolizes a birth or maybe fertility. But just also a really possible new career start. Okay, so maybe if you're waiting to hear about a job or something, maybe you're going to get it. I'm going to clarify. Spirits, let's clarify the second week. Give me more information about the Ace of Wands. Now, again, I have to be general. I can't be too specific with these. All right. So I feel like this is either some sort of reunion, or either you're going to be reminiscing on someone also. Some sort of matter of the heart. So just speaking in general, I can see that, the Six of Cups, yes, it is a reunion card, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that a physical reunion is going to happen. It could also mean reminiscing, good times with family. I do feel like if it is family, or if it's a significant other, or if you do reunite, I kind of feel as though there was, there's some issues now, but I feel like, maybe things will work themselves out by the beginning of next week. If, just speaking in general, I do feel as though with the Ace of Wands, that this is probably some leftover energy from just a long-term issue. Also, that what you're dealing with now, possibly, but I do feel like there was some sort of insecurity that you had possibly about the situation in general, because you felt like, maybe what everything wasn't on the up and up. Maybe you felt like things were not being done ethically or morally. So, at any rate, the King of Cups shows up, and I believe that he does represent whoever this is you're either reminiscing about or reuniting with. And I do feel like he's, possibly going to offer you something. His heart looks like he's definitely trying to offer something. So that's pretty cool, Pisces. So seems like right now things are kind of rough, but I think things are going to get better by next week. Now, I can see some sort of financial reward coming up for the third week. I do predict that this is going to be your lucky day. It's going to be somewhere within the third week. So I'm going to throw the dice for you when I'm done. Just to be more specific, spirits. Oh, this is really sorry. It keeps interrupting me when it does that. It switches up the frequency. Okay. Spirits, give me more information about the Ace of Pentacles for the third week. So I feel like this is either some sort of business expansion, raise, promotion on your job with this Three of Wands. Maybe a project that you have been working on for a while, you kind of had it among like the many things that you want to do. And I feel like you finally was able to complete it, or you're going to be able to. And I feel like it did, something in your environment, your living environment, or maybe work environment. You had to move or change location. Or maybe this could be metaphorical where you just had to, and you did get the Five of Swords back here. So I feel like you're going to quickly, make some. And so I do feel like that Five of Swords could be some energies coming in from your job, possibly. So that's a possibility. But I feel like with this Seven of Cups, whatever it is that you're going to get this expansion on, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to should be financial, because it's the Ace of Pentacles represents it. So I just kind of feel like whatever it is with this Seven of Cups, you would kind of put it on the back burner because you had so many other things to deal with. And I feel like recently you were finally able to sit down and complete it, possibly. And so I see the third week. I feel like that's going to possibly be your luckiest as far as financially. Now, going into the fourth week, you got the Fool card. So that is a new beginning, and it's also maybe a possible rekindling of an old flame. So maybe this is not a physical reunion, and maybe this is more of a physical reunion. Spirits, give me more information about the Fool card. What is this new beginning? Because it may not be your relationship. It could just be self. It could be like your trust in God, your faith in yourself, your faith in people, your trust in people. Yeah, I think that you definitely have had trust issues. And with good reason, because I feel like there was somebody just really tried to do you in, Pisces. Tried to destroy you. And I feel like you kind of went into hiding, with this Hermit. I feel like you did some soul searching, and I feel like you did a pretty good job because the cards that I'm seeing. Maybe it doesn't feel like that right now, but, I can see that definitely if you keep on your spiritual path that you will. The Hermit is really a lot of meditation and introspection and just a lot of thinking. Sometimes it can be worrying, but I feel like with the Fool card, I feel like I already saw it. I feel like this is some sort of search for spirit or God or some sort of connection. And Also self-protection, because this is a lot of scandal in this Ten of Swords. And it may have led you to escape through drinking or drugs or, maybe depression. And I feel like you're definitely going to move on from that and things will get better for you. Also, with this Eight of Cups, I feel like it probably wasn't drinking or drugs. With this Eight of Cups, I feel like you just had some really serious trust issues. Whether or not it was just in general or with a particular person. So I feel like you're going to have renewed trust at the end of this month for some reason. Maybe it's your faith in humanity. Maybe that's what it is. Because the holidays and everything. So now the energies that you're going to take into the next month is that you are going to... Page of Pentacles typically means a new beginning financially. There's some sort of good news about money. But I'm going to go ahead and throw the dice for your lucky numbers and the lucky day of the week, or the lucky month, or lucky day of the month. Sorry. I don't know why this thing is... Must not be on there, right? Because they shouldn't be. Okay. I don't know what was up with that. Okay, so I'm going to give you lucky day of the month and then lucky numbers. And then just whatever else the spirits want you to know about the month of November. So spirits, I want to know Pisces lucky numbers for November 2016, as well as the lucky day of the month. This one was kind of cocked, but it landed on the one, so... Okay. I'm going to rethrow this one, just to be on the safe side. Spirit, show me the lucky day of the month of November, and then lucky numbers. Thank you. Oh, wow. Well, that's very different. So that was just, I think that was a bad throw. I just had a bad feeling about it. So all of these sixes represent some sort of blessing. Okay? But it's coming disguised because, it comes with a price. Not necessarily a price, but just kind of, I don't want to say complications or stipulations, but I feel like whatever the blessings are, they came from lessons that you had to learn throughout life. And I feel like the ones that are coming up for this week. Now, first of all, let me just give you your lucky day of the month, okay? Lucky day of the month, you've got 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. So the 28th is going to be your lucky day, okay? Now, I will tell you that I feel like you're going to get some bad news that day also, but you're also going to get good news. Or you may have gotten bad news on the situation previously, and then the situation is going to turn itself around. Or you'll get better news the next time. So I think that's what this Page of Pentacles comes in. And I think that you'll see this around... now, I did predict that the third week would be your lucky... would be the lucky... at the lucky week. And let me just see when the 10th... because that 28 reduces to a 10. So that's second week. So, I was a little off, but I'd say the 28th. And I guess, with the full card coming up, the spirits would say, because You know, I feel like those probably are blessings from God, especially after some sort of disappointment, or if you're facing some sort of disappointment. Also, another thing that I was going to say is that obviously your lucky numbers are 6. I definitely say 3, 12, 16, and 18, and 10, and definitely that 8. Okay, would be your lucky numbers. So just to remind you, lucky day of the month is the 28th. I feel as though the 10th is going to be another lucky day, and I feel like, let's go back over the cards from the second week, because the 10th will be the second week. And what did you get for this week? Let's see. Yeah, you got a new beginning. And so it might be like maybe a reunion, an actual physical reunion will happen that day. So I do feel like that's going to be a significant day around the 10th or the 12th even. 28th is your lucky day of the month. I feel like going into the month of December, you're definitely going to either be awaiting some news about money, or either, definitely getting some good news, okay? Because that 28 did reduce to a 10, so that's actually success. So spirits, just give me a clarification of this Page of Pentacles for the month of December. Okay, hold on a second. Now that card, it'll come back if it was something that the spirits wanted me to see. So spirits, oops. Sorry, all of these interruptions. I will never use this video again. Sorry. All right, spirits, more information about that Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the High Priestess comes up. So I feel as though this Page of Pentacles, this possibly represents somebody making you some sort of offer, probably a lucrative financial offer. High Priestess just wants you to use your intuition. I feel like this person is going to offer you, this is the person that's going to offer you the business proposition. And also the High Priestess wants you to read the fine print, okay? Thank you so much for watching, Pisces. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this reading. And also, if you want a personal reading, my contact information is in the video description box. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Namaste.